Hey, Imani, how's it going this week?
I'm doing okay. I'm getting adjusted to becoming comfortable with thinking about, some of the issues going on with my parents.
Okay. And are you still thinking about, what's going on with your parents and this diagnosis very often? Or, what can you put a number on how many times a day you think about it?
It's one of those things I definitely wake up thinking about in the morning,
Okay.
and that's hard. Like it's hard to control it at night or when I'm sleeping. Anytime it's a part of my, I guess, subconscious. I don't know. And then maybe once or twice before lunch, and once or twice like in the afternoon or evening time, and it's definitely like the last thing on my mind when I go to sleep.
So I'm hearing you say that there's several times, even more than you can count on your hand, that you think about the diagnosis. And when you think about the diagnosis, what are you thinking?
Well, like different things will happen that will trigger it. Like my mom's urn, looking at it, walking past it in the house. Like it'll just be like, boom, thoughts. Now I'm stuck in this thought process for like 10 minutes. And it usually starts with, oh my God, I miss my mom or I miss my dad. And I remember when they were really sick, and I spent a lot of time at the hospital and just around sick people. And my mom and dad have been sick for so long, it's kind of like all I can remember. Like my memories of them being healthy are so distant that it's not as easy to reach in my memory, I guess, as opposed to like my memory from maybe a couple months ago.
Right. And when did these thoughts start?
When both of them were diagnosed, because my mom went first.
Okay.
But my dad was diagnosed like maybe a year before she passed away. And seeing the both of them kind of overlap in their sickness, I think just made it even harder to kind of escape.
Because it was constant, it was always present, whether you're with them and you're not with them.
Right. I feel like I'm kind of just stuck in this moment because it's been a part of my life for so long that I don't even know how to move out of being worried. It's like, it's almost like my comfort zone to be stressed out. Like, how weird is that? Yeah. Saying that out loud, I feel crazy. Oh my God, I need to fix that.
Well, you're not crazy. I mean, this is definitely something that, can make anybody worry about, and especially knowing that it is genetic and it is normal to worry about these types of things. I mean, it's a very stressful situation that, could potentially happen. But, I do notice that you sometimes maybe dwell on it a little too much. And, I just want to, of course, check in, make sure that we're not thinking about it too much. Especially being hard on ourselves when we do think about it. Is there a time that you can remember where you didn't worry about what's going on?
I think your task last week really helped, because now I'm comfortable thinking about it, or sitting with these thoughts. And now the thoughts in my head are, I'm tired of hearing my own inside voice in my head talking about the same thing. Like, we all have that one friend who talks about like the same guy all the time, or who's very into like this one TV show and they talk about it all the time. And I guess I'm getting tired of my own inside voice. I'm ready to have a different conversation with myself about something else. Okay. That sounded weird.
It makes sense, and it's okay to talk to ourselves. We all do it. We all do it. So is there a memory that you can remember, maybe with both of your parents, whether it was a really awesome vacation you went on, or it was, a holiday that you spent together where this wasn't even a thought?
Yeah. Even when they were sick, it was like we found like one of those like medical spas where like, you could get like checkups and stuff, and it was still safe for us to go. And that just made it so easy because we didn't have to have the discussion about it. And because like before you go, like, you know, you give them your medical information so they know what you need. So basically when you get there, it's already kind of set up. And, you know, the doctors come like maybe once, you know, early in the morning and maybe once at lunch and once in the evening. So you really get to have a normal day. And I guess I'm just missing that normality. Like, I don't even know what my new normal is.
Well, I mean, it does sound like we did talk about, you know, it sounds like this constant thinking and dwelling on this issue is that normal.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Yeah, you're right. That is my new normal. That's a really shitty new normal.
Well, and I want to help you to kind of figure out how we can create normal, you know, without having to dwell on this issue. So, when you talked about that situation where you didn't have to think about it,
mm-hmm.
you know, what were you feeling? What were you thinking?
I felt calm. I hope to get to that place one day where instead of my memories of my parents being sick, mm-hmm. I remember that vacation and mm-hmm. I feel calm about it and I don't feel the worry. Mm-hmm. I want to get to a place where worry isn't the center of my day, or past thoughts aren't the center of my day. Like, you saying that really just made it click for me. Like, I have to view things differently. Okay. Like, I can't view it the way I have been viewing it because I need just new. I need to do things differently.
Okay, well, great. And you know, I'm thinking as we're talking, you know, I'm thinking, you know, maybe we can use that as a task and mm-hmm. and come up with a memory. Mm-hmm. And so whenever you catch yourself thinking about this diagnosis and what could happen and when it's going to happen, you know, just the constant, you know, spiraling thoughts, maybe instead we can say, wait a second, let me think about this really positive memory instead. And that way, every time that you do think about, you know, the diagnosis with your parents, you have a positive memory dealing with your parents. Mm-hmm. Does that sound like something we could try? Definitely.
I think I would have to definitely come up with some more positive memories, but I think that could work. Maybe we can just replace them all.
Well, I mean, that sounds like it would be a really great start. Mm-hmm. You know, and then of course having that as a goal. Mm-hmm. So why don't we, for next week, why don't we just start at least coming up with some memories, and then after next week we'll start to implement replacing. And if you feel like you want to start replacing now, by all means, but let's just at least start to come up with some kind of positive memory that you think will work with that replacing.
Absolutely.
Sounds okay?
Yeah, that's easy. It doesn't sound like a lot of work. It's all in the brain. I can do that.
Okay, great. Well, I really look forward to hearing from you and seeing what kind of memories you come up with next week.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right, so I'll see you then.
All right, perfect.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.